Hi. Did you know that someone who is working at your place of employment, sitting right next to you every day on a day-to-day basis, doing the same thing for the same amount of hours, who has the same degree, could be getting paid 20 to 30% more or less than you, depending on their gender? Well, we are all trying to pursue a higher degree here so we can obtain more knowledge and a better skill set to present to our future employers. Yet, if our pay is already predetermined, then why are we doing this? So I've seen this with my own two eyes in my family's restaurant. My mother would hire both female and male chefs, but she would always pay the female chefs more than the males. I don't think this was intentional, but she did do this. So it does happen to both males and females. 25% of our class, as indicated by my class analysis survey, said they did not know what gender pay gap was, so this was surprising. But after listening to my speech, you'll be able to identify any type of the gender pay gap, and we can help to eliminate it in the future. So the gender pay gap is the difference between a male and a female's income. Their income includes their bonuses, compensation, health insurance, everything, that they get paid. So contrary to belief, this does happen to both males and females in different settings. Often the males do take the higher paying jobs, but they have been promoted through the ladder as president, CFOs, CEOs, and this is often because the women are staying at home, raising the children, caring for their elderly parents, and they're not able to gain the experience to be promoted through their ladder at work. So when they come back to work, they are in these lower paying jobs in a lower sector of their place of employment, and they do not have as much time to become more experienced as they have lost so much time raising their children and staying at home. So according to Hilary Lips in an article, Gender Pay Gaps, Challenging Rationalizations, in the journal Sex Roles, which was published in 2012, there's a huge discrimination in the career stereotype. So this means that in the female-oriented, dominated places of work, when males take a job here, it is often, it's a little weird. Some of these roles could be nurses, K-12 teachers, secretarial positions, office positions, and sometimes they are paid a little less. For the female and the male-dominated area, it's usually technology. So according to Claire Miller in an article, Some Universities Crack Code in Drawing Women to Computer Science, it was published in the New York Times in July of 2014, graduates in the computer science field were 18% female. So this means that it is mainly males that are graduating in a lot of these technology fields. And this number had dropped from 37% from I think 10 years before the article was published. So there is a large decline in the number of females graduating in these roles. So that's something to pay attention to. A lot of other factors that influence the gender pay gap include the time when you go back to work, if you've been a female and have been staying at home, when you graduate, your geographical location. If you're a fisherman in a large city, obviously you don't have the same opportunities as, say, if you're living in a smaller fishing community, or if you are an investment banker living in a small town, you will not be able to thrive as well as if you were living in a larger city. Also, the children, like I discussed, if you have kids and you have to stay at home to raise them, this will have a large impact on your career and your pay scale when comparing to your male coworkers who have not had to stay at home. Also, your occupation type and your age. So, according to Constance Newman, in an article, Time to Address Gender Discrimination and Inequality in the Health Workforce, in Human Resources for Health Journal, published in 2014, the health field is a huge area of employment that really shows a great example of how we are discriminating against males and females in different positions in our economy. A lot of the females do take jobs in like nurses, CNAs, custodial, LPNs, and a lot of the males are taking the physician role. So the physicians also have a little authority over the nurses, so this also might affect the pay scale, and we do see that there is a difference there. There is a solution for every problem. When I asked in my class audience analysis survey, a lot of you mentioned to protest, to create laws, or to educate our women, which I thought was a really great solution. Every problem does start small, so we need to identify this happening in each of our workforce places and really try to eliminate it there, and then we might see an overall decrease in this. There's still confusion as to why this happens, as both males and females are trying to get higher degrees, but according to Deborah Barbizat and James Hughes in Salary Structures, Effects, and the Gender Pay Gap in Academia from Research and Higher Education, published in 2005, there's still the confusion, and it is about 20.7%, 21% more. There's 21% more pay for males than there are for their female counterparts. So this is very confusing to a lot of researchers. But I hope you understand that we just need to really look for this in our day-to-day life and to raise awareness to it and to bring it up to our bosses and say, hey, I noticed this, and do not be rude about it, but just bring it to someone's attention so we can address the matter. That's the only way things will get fixed. We could also mention for our husbands or our male counterparts to stay at home and raise our kids, or just to share the duties so we can both continue raising our family while continuing to pursue our career. And do not be afraid to pursue whatever you want, even if it is typically a field dominated by the opposite gender. We need to incorporate males and females into all sectors of our economy in order to show that we can all do everything. So I hope you can walk away from here today and to really understand what gender pay inequality is, how to look for it and identify it, and know the factors that I told you and just really understand it. And every little effort that we all do will help to bring awareness to this issue and help to really kill it on the level. Okay, thank you.